fellow A-plussers, this is Datila from Rangers of Wrestling bringing your Night of Champions 2023 review. Wow, this pay-per-view, so much went down and there's so much to talk about. But I think we need to talk about the biggest shocker that happened on tonight's show. And that was the super kick heard around the world. In the main event, it was a tag team title match. It was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, who as of today officially reached 1,000 days as champion. In the middle of this match, the referee got knocked out after Roman Reigns accidentally speared him. This allowed for the Usos to come out and attempt to help Roman and Solo Sikoa. Now, there is this spot where the Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa were in the ring and the Usos come in to help. The Usos super kick Sami Zayn. And as they're about to super kick him again, they accidentally super kick Solo Sikoa. Now Roman, who is on the outside, sees this. And he is not happy at all that the Usos super kicked Solo. He enters the ring and he confronts them. He shoves Jimmy and then he shoves Jay. And in one of the most shocking moments of all time, Jimmy Uso, who's had enough of Roman's abuse, who was forced to apologize basically a couple weeks ago to Roman for embarrassing the bloodline, super kicked Roman Reigns. And not only did he super kick Roman Reigns once, he did it twice. I was shocked because this whole time I kind of expected the Usos would cost Roman and Solo Sikoa the tag titles, but I thought it was going to be an accident, but this was intentional. And you can hear Jimmy Uso, I'm doing what you should have done a long time ago, right before he super kicks him for the second time. This was great storytelling. After this, the Usos exit the ring, and this leaves Kevin Owens to give Solo Sikoa a Stone Cold Stunner, and then he gets hit with the haluva kick by Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn successfully retain their tag titles. And Roman is looking at Sami Zayn hold up the tag titles, and Night of Champions ends with them standing tall and the bloodline officially done. Now, this upcoming Friday is Roman Reigns' 1,000 day celebration as champion. And I can only imagine how furious he's going to be that Jimmy super kicked him. Now, what's interesting here is the fact that Jey Uso seemed hesitant to super kick Roman. He was trying to stop Jimmy from super kicking Roman. And where we go from here, perhaps we get Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus the Usos at Money in the Bank. And that also brings up what's going to happen to Solo. Now, Solo is the one who took the pin here. So is Roman Reigns going to be mad at him for taking the pin? I cannot wait, honestly, for the fallout from Night of Champions. It's just going to be epic. And I cannot believe that happened. I was speechless when that happened, honestly. But I want to hear your thoughts, or rather yet your A+ opinions on Jimmy Uso super kicking Roman Reigns. Let me know in the comment section down below. In regards to the match, though, I have to say Roman Reigns did his job well. Like, he is such a great heel. He made faces as Sami Zayn was talking Arabic to the crowd. It was supposed to be him and Sami Zayn starting the match, but he tagged himself out. He did not want to deal with Sami. He starts talking about how he should have never let Sami Zayn into the bloodline, and just Roman did such an amazing job, and that's why he's, I guess you can say, the GOAT. He's phenomenal in his role as heel, and he's come a long way from his days when he was, the baby face to now. And Roman was just great. There was this one spot where Sami Zayn chopped him and he told Sami, what, do you think you're the nature boy now? Which I thought was hilarious. I have to say, one of my favorite spots in this match was when Kevin Owens gave Roman Reigns a stunner and then Roman Reigns countered with a spear. I thought that was a really cool spot. But overall, good main event. I don't think this match should have main evented, and I'll get more into that when I get into the show review. But this was a really great match, and the story that they were telling was phenomenal. Everybody did play their part good. Okay, so with that being said, let's start this review, which kicked off with the World Heavyweight title match. It was Seth frickin' Rollins versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. I have to say, like, this was a good match. Arguably, in my opinion, match of the night, if you ask me. However, I feel some type of way about the fact that this opened the show. You definitely don't want the World Heavyweight title to feel like a secondary title to Roman Reigns. And the fact that Roman Reigns match main evented and this didn't, that didn't sit well with me. You want to establish this as a legitimate title, and this should have main evented because we're crowning a new champion. But it was rumored that Seth Rollins needed to leave to get back to filming Captain America New World Order, so that's why this match opened. Now, early on in the match, there is a stalemate between both men. AJ Styles doing a snap suplex Seth frickin' Rollins onto the turnbuckles. I really like that reverse DDT that AJ Styles did to Seth Rollins. Or how about when Seth Rollins hit the inverted suplex from the second rope to AJ Styles? That was a cool spot. Now, the one thing I was a little confused about is there was this one spot where Rollins did a suicide dive and he kind of landed awkwardly on his knee, but they don't really follow up with too much about that. Yes, AJ Styles does target the knee afterwards with the calf crusher, but it doesn't hinder him at all so much in this match. Another cool spot that I liked was when AJ Styles was attempting to do the phenomenal forearm and Seth Rollins caught him with the super kick, and then Seth Rollins ends up being victorious after he hits AJ Styles with the pedigree, which he followed up with the stomp, and then Triple H came out and presented the title and strapped it around the waist of Seth frickin' Rollins. And so Seth Rollins is now our inaugural World Heavyweight Champion. So I cannot wait to see what kind of feuds he has with on Raw and where they do with this title going forward. I honestly think that this title should main event a pay-per-view if you want to establish it as a credible title. You know, I get Roman Reigns is the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, but if he's not defending the title, his titles, I should say, then I don't think he should be main eventing. But that's just my opinion. Next, we get Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. And Becky Lynch came out looking like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill. And I was surprised by this match. Trish looked like she hadn't missed a beat. I mean, she looked great in this match. And her heel work was just phenomenal. Some of the stuff that Trish did to Becky, she did a tornado DDT, a neck breaker, and a chest chop. She escaped from the disarm her by pulling on Becky's hair. Now, Becky did the manhandle slam to Trish, but Trish, being a veteran, she put her foot on the rope. Zoe Starks came out from under the ring and she hit Becky with the Z360. And then Trish hit Becky Lynch with the Stratusfaction and was victorious. So I'm very curious to see where this alliance with Zoe Starks goes. Does this mean that maybe they're going to bring back Lita and we're going to have Zoe Starks and Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch and Lita? Remember, Trish did attack Lita and took her out, and we haven't gotten a follow-up to that. So maybe this is a way to get a follow-up on that. Next, we get the IC title match. It is Gunter versus Mustafa Ali. Now, this was a good match. I was really hoping that this wasn't going to be a squash match, and I was right. It wasn't. Mustafa Ali got a chance to shine in this match. And my favorite thing that he did during this match was when he hit Gunter with a powerbomb. Yes, a powerbomb. Mustafa Ali was able to hit a freaking powerbomb to Gunter. And then he followed up with the 450 splash. And not only that, he super kicked him and then hit the DDT. But you know what? Valiant effort by Mustafa Ali. I knew he was going to lose. Gunter hits the powerbomb to Mustafa Ali. And of course, he successfully retains his Intercontinental title. But damn, Mustafa Ali looked really good. And sometimes it's okay to lose in instances like this. Or even look at Zelina Vega at Backlash. She lost and got a standing ovation. I was okay with Ali losing here. I just wanted him to look good, and he did. He looked phenomenal. He did an incredible job. We get a quick Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens backstage segment. And Kevin Owens becomes upset with Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn had the nerve to suggest that they could potentially lose their tag titles. And Kevin Owens brings up the fact that the Usos are more of a tag team than Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Kevin Owens says he's sick and tired of hearing about Roman Reigns' 1,000 days. and that he didn't go all the way to Saudi Arabia to lose tonight to Roman. We get Bianca Belair versus Asuka after this. And I have to say, this is a good match, but let me tell you something. I would have felt some type of way if Asuka would have lost. It's because commentary kept saying about how this is a new Asuka. I'm like, if it's a new Asuka, homegirl better win. I really love the fact that Asuka used Bianca's own hair against her. I mean, she did that multiple times throughout this match. There was this one point where Asuka went for the miss, but she missed. She did spray Bianca, but she didn't get her in the face. I have to say, I absolutely love the finish to this match. I thought it was a very creative finish. So what happened was after Bianca applied the armbar to Asuka, Asuka ended up escaping. She kind of goes to the side, and she had tape on her hands, and she spit the rest of the mist onto her fingers. And so when Bianca went for the KOD, Asuka gouged Bianca's eyes with that mist, and then she kicked her on the side of the head, and Asuka was victorious, and Asuka officially ended Bianca's 400-day reign as women's champion. Now, my question is, what do they do with the women's titles now that Asuka is a new champion? She is on SmackDown, so we either rebrand the titles, and I've talked about this before on my show, where you either rebrand the titles as you could do the SmackDown title as the WWE Women's Champion and the Raw title as the Women's World Champion, or you just swap titles with Rhea Ripley and Asuka now. But so happy that Asuka is now the new Women's Champion. No disrespect to Bianca. I like Bianca, and I think she had a hell of a reign, but her reign was getting stale, and she needed to drop the title. So I'm really happy that Asuka won here tonight. Afterwards, we get the SmackDown Women's title match. It's Rhea Ripley versus Natalya, and there's not much to talk about with this match. This was a squash match. Dominic created a distraction, which allowed Rhea Ripley to blindside Natty, and she beat her in I think it's at 69 seconds. That's not a surprise here. We knew Rhea Ripley was going to win, but dang, she embarrassed Natty. And to top it off, she did it on Natalya's birthday. Just look at the difference. Last night on Impact's Under Siege, Steve Maclin, who is the current Impact World Champion, successfully defended his Impact World title on his birthday. And yet here in WWE, Natty gets humiliated on her birthday. Well, at least they weren't in Canada. We get a Seth freaking Rollins backstage interview, which I'm assuming was taped. He said that it's been a long time, nearly 4 years since he held championship gold, and that tonight he walked out as the new heavyweight champion. And he says he will be there this Monday on Raw and every single show going forward because he is a visionary, he is a revolutionary, and now he's finally a world champion. Next we get Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. And they were really playing the fact that Cody Rhodes had a broken arm here. Cody Rhodes came out with a cast on his arm, which apparently was made out of titanium, as they kept plugging that on commentary. Now, I have to say, one of the things that I liked was that Cody Rhodes was doing Cowboy Bob Orton. And what I mean by that is, if anybody knows Cowboy Bob Orton, he had a cast on it, and he would use that cast as a weapon. And Cody Rhodes just did that in this match. He used his cast as a weapon against Lesnar. So this match went a little longer than I thought it was going to be. I kind of thought this was going to be the squash match, but it wasn't. Cody Rhodes hit Brock Lesnar with two crossroads, and he was going to do a third one, but Brock Lesnar turned that into the Kimura lock. Cody Rhodes managed to escape this one by reaching for the rope, and he finally hit the third crossroads onto Brock. Now I have to say, Cody Rhodes sold that arm, that broken arm. Every time he did the crossroads, he just went kind of to the side and kind of grabbed his arm. After the third crossroads, Brock Lesnar hits Cody Rhodes with an F5, and then he puts him in another Kimura lock, and Cody Rhodes refuses to tap out. So he ends up passing out, and Brock Lesnar is victorious here. Oh, there's definitely going to be a rematch after this finish. Whether it be at SummerSlam or at Money in the Bank remains to be seen, but there's definitely going to be a third match, and it'll probably be a stipulation match. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my review right there, because the main event, which was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bullet, I did talk about that at the beginning. Overall, I really enjoyed tonight's show. I thought there was good matches. Obviously, if I had to pick a match of the night, I'd choose the opening contest between Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles, and the main event. Holy shit, like incredible storytelling if you ask me. But what were your thoughts on tonight's Night of Champions? Did you enjoy the show? If you did, what did you like about it? What did you dislike about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified not only when this video drops, but whenever A Plus Opinions goes live. You can follow them on Twitter at 8+ Opinions. You can follow me on Twitter at Datila_. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.